WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports. Blue Raider baseball is on the air. From the Blue Raider Network, it's time for Countdown to First Pitch. Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by State Farm Insurance and agent Andy Womack, Lightning's Locker Room and Phillips Bookstore, Granis and Associates, Las Casas Drugs, and by Middle Tennessee Electric. Now, let's go to the ballpark.
2 days in Miami have produced a classic Conference USA series fighting for a postseason berth. And for the 2026 season, the stakes have never been higher in a series finale for either side. After a war of attrition yesterday afternoon, the FIU Panthers and Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders each stand at one win apiece in the series, with all eyes pointed to a Mother's Day matchup with so much on the line. Can Middle Tennessee seal their fate in the month of May, or will FIU claw their way to a series upset at home? It's FIU, it's Middle Tennessee, it's the final round. And with that, we welcome you to the FIU Baseball Stadium in Miami, Florida for the series finale between the Panthers and the Blue Raiders in Conference USA baseball action. Dylan Simmons back on the call with you this Sunday morning, and happy Mother's Day to all of the hardworking and incredible mothers out there in our world. We hope to give all of you and everyone else a treat of a baseball game today as Middle Tennessee and FIU square off for the final game of what has been a dramatic and chaotic series through 2 games. Yesterday, FIU found their way to a 7-5 win off a 4-home run effort from the Panthers' bats, including a late 2-run home run by the catcher Cade Samler to lift the Panthers to an eventual 7-5 win. Now the stakes for today's game are even higher, with the series on the line for both teams and a chance for MTSU to claim their first CUSA Road Series win in 2 years and control their destiny in the upcoming weeks. However, will MTSU be able to overcome the FIU roadblock, or will the Panthers scratch and claw their way to a series win? Senior Day ceremonies taking place here at the FIU Baseball Stadium. Congrats to all the FIU seniors, and congrats as well to all the MTSU graduates out there after yesterday's graduation and commencement ceremonies. Let's take a look at yesterday's Game 2 stats for Middle Tennessee. Blue Raiders were able to score a couple of runs off the bat of Brett Rogers, 3 in total. 2 hits, 1 RBI for Rogers, and a couple of doubles. He was certainly feeling it yesterday. Nathan Brewer went for 2 hits as well, a couple singles. Not the dramatic 4-home run day that he had in game number 1 to set the new CUSA single-game home run record, but a solid day nonetheless. Cooper Clapp ended up going for 1 hit, 1 RBI, and 1 run in the game. Owen Nowak had a 2-hit day with 1 RBI as well for Middle Tennessee, and Brett Von Dolan had 2 RBIs with 1 hit. Clay Badalak went for 1 hit as well. Meanwhile, for the FIU Panthers in yesterday's game, it was Sammy Fisher who had a 3-run home run that really set FIU apart from Middle Tennessee early in the contest. Of course, MTSU would gradually claw their way back into the game, but it wasn't just him. 4 total home runs scored by FIU yesterday produced all 7 of the runs that they put up against Middle Tennessee. Mario Trivella went 0 for 2 yesterday. Cooper Rasmussen also did not have a hit. Andrew Ildefonso had 1 hit, but it was a solo home run shot. Aiden Kohal had a solo home run as well. Caden Samler, of course, we talked about him earlier, had the 2-run home run in the bottom half of the 8th to lift FIU to their eventual 7-5 win over MTSU. He will certainly be a batter to watch today for the Panthers. Didn't even start in game number 1, but did in game number 2 and made a huge impact against the Blue Raiders. And the big question for MTSU in this game is, will the pitching be good enough to limit FIU early on? First 2 games of this series, FIU's been able to produce a lot of runs early on in the game to test Middle Tennessee. That is something that MTSU's going to want to make sure that they don't allow to happen here in game number 3 of the series. And speaking of the pitchers for both sides, we have a very interesting matchup today between MTSU and FIU. For the Panthers, it will be Jordan Vargas on the mound. He pitched a little bit on Friday, not a whole lot of action for FIU in that game. In fact, as a matter of fact, in that contest, he only had less than 2 innings pitched in the game. Vargas, though, is still a very solid pitcher for FIU, who has made 2 starts this year, and he gets the start today for the junior out of Hialeah, Florida. Played at Miami Springs High School and transferred in from Miami-Dade College. Entered the weekend with a 5.13 ERA, a 1-0 record, and 21 strikeouts on the season. Meanwhile, for Middle Tennessee, back for the first time since the month of March, it will be Drew Horn starting on the mound in today's game. The redshirt junior out of Smyrna, Tennessee, who played at Siegel High School and transferred in from Walter State Community College, has a 6.28 ERA on the year, a 2-1 record, 28 2/3 innings pitched. This will be his 8th appearance and 8th start of the year with 36 strikeouts, and he was on track to be one of the top pitchers in the conference before he had to step away from pitching for a little bit, but he's back today. A preseason CUSA All-American and an All-Conference USA second-team member a year ago. Drew Horn pitching for the first time since way back on March 28th against New Mexico State, when he had 6 innings pitched with just 2 earned runs given up and 6 strikeouts, and he's looking for a monumental effort today against the FIU Panthers to lift Middle Tennessee to a series victory. We're going to take a quick 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have your Ascend starting lineups, and we'll take a look at scores across Conference USA and a quick update at the Conference USA standings. All that and more coming up after the break on the Blue Raider pregame show presented by the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
The Blue Raiders are winners in the classroom, on the field, and the courts. Richard Lewis here. I want you to win in real estate also. Buying, selling, auction here in Tennessee, or along the Gulf Coast, a second home, or investing. Give me a call to help start that winning process. 615-319-9981. Oh, I'm never too busy for your referrals. Richard Lewis, Exit Realty, Bob Lamb & Associates.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders!
Bring your game day style courtside with a stop at Lightning's Locker Room on the concourse. From bold new drops to timeless campus classics, we've got everything you need to turn heads from class to tip-off. Whether you're rocking a hoodie in the student section or sporting a tee around town, your look says it loud. You're here for the wins, the energy, and the tradition. So step up your style and your spirit, because at Lightning's Locker Room, the season never slows down, and every fan plays a part in the hype. Let's make every day feel like game day.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Brad Hopkins with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates. Winning in real estate is a lot like football. Good coaching and recruiting a great team are the keys. I put together a team of lenders, inspectors, and home professionals to help you succeed. Let me coach you through this process and make sure you come out a winner. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, I am here to help you win. Visit BradHopkinsHomes.com or call 615-556-9239 to find out more.
You're listening to MTSU Sports on WGNS.
Welcome back here to the FIU Baseball Stadium. This is the Blue Raider pregame show. Dylan Simmons with you here in Miami, Florida for the rubber match between the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders and the FIU Panthers in CUSA baseball action. It is time now for our Ascend starting lineups. Ascend Federal Credit Union is the exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics. Learn more at ascend.org. We will start with the FIU Panthers today. In second base once again is Sammy Fisher. He'll be in the leadoff spot. Mario Trivella is the shortstop in the number 2 spot. Cooper Rasmussen is at third base. Andrew Ildefonso will be in the cleanup spot at left field. Aiden Kohal is the first baseman. Enrique Alvarez Jr. in the 6th spot at DH. Caden Samler, the man with the 2-run home run yesterday to lift FIU to a victory, is the catcher. Hector Candelas is in right field. Cole Cleveland will be in center field. And for your Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders, Owen Nowak takes his spot at the top of the order in center field. Cooper Clapp will be in the number 2 spot today at second base. Tyler Minnick now in the 3 spot as the catcher. Nathan Brewer is in the cleanup spot in left field. Lane Akers is the designated hitter. Brett Rogers, off a great day yesterday, is in right field. Dean O'Neill is at first base in the 7th spot. Brett Von Dolan at third base. And sneaky good Clay Badalak will be at shortstop in the 9 hole for Middle Tennessee here today. Let's take a quick look at the Conference USA standings. Right now, Jacksonville State, after last night's action, still atop the conference at 21-5. Liberty 18-8. They will play Middle Tennessee in Murfreesboro next weekend. Missouri State in the 3 spot at 17-9. Louisiana Tech tied with them at 17-9. Same goes for Dallas Baptist. Guess what? At 17-9. And then drop off from Dallas Baptist to Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky at 12-14 between the 5 and 6 spots. It's pretty significant between those two. Kennesaw State at 12-14. Middle Tennessee at 8th in the conference right now at 11-15. Sam Houston slotting in right behind at 11-15. New Mexico State 8-18. FIU 7-19 after their win yesterday against MTSU. And Delaware is at 5-21 overall in conference play. Well, folks, we're going to take one more 2-minute timeout. When we come back, it'll be time for the rubber match between the Panthers and the Blue Raiders. Conference USA baseball action. You won't want to miss it. Game 3 coming up soon here on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
At State Farm, when home and auto work as a team, you score and save money. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let's work together to win big by saving money on home and auto. With the service you get from State Farm, you might think our car insurance costs more. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let me show you with discounts up to 40%. You may find it even costs less.
At Middle Tennessee Electric, we see the lines that link us all, illuminating our neighborhoods, empowering our businesses, and helping us to recharge. Because we believe in the power of good energy. Whether it comes from our grids, the sun, or a kind heart. And as your family and our region continue to grow, you can trust that we'll always be there for you. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
Hey folks, it's Chip Walters from Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates, helping Middle Tennessee make smart moves in a fast-moving market. Whether you're buying, selling, or just exploring your options, you deserve someone who knows this community and treats your goals like their own. From first-timers to long-time homeowners, I'm here to guide you with clarity, confidence, and a steady hand. When you're ready to make the next move, start with someone you trust. Visit ChooseChip.net and let's make your 2026 move the right move.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders.
WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports. From the Blue Raider Network and Van Wagner College, it's time for Middle Tennessee State University baseball. Today's game is brought to you in part by Exit Realty, Bob Lamb & Associates, and agents Brad Hopkins, Richard Lewis, Jonathan Harmon, and Chip Walters, the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, and by Middle Tennessee State University. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Blue Raider Baseball.
Welcome back on this Mother's Day morning to the FIU Baseball Stadium in Miami, Florida. Dylan Simmons with you. Hope you're having a great Mother's Day so far, and we're hopeful for a great baseball game today between the FIU Panthers and your Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders as MTSU looks to claim this Conference USA series on the road in what has been a dramatic weekend of baseball. So many storylines, so many twists and turns so far. We saw the chaos of Friday's game. Nathan Brewer picking up a new Conference USA single-game home run record with 4 homers against the FIU Panthers, helping MTSU to an 11-9 win. In yesterday's game, FIU returned the favor. Not with 4 home runs from one person, but 4 home runs as a team. And all 4 of those home runs contributed to the runs that FIU scored on the game. In fact, no runs the Panthers put in were from anything other than a home run. So FIU, as a virtue of that, was able to claim the 7-5 win over Middle Tennessee. And that brings us to today between Middle Tennessee and FIU. Will we get a low-scoring game or a high-scoring game? It's going to be tough to say. But with the 2 guys on the mound, I think both teams expect this one to be a bit more of a grueling test than we've seen so far. And one thing that is going to be especially grueling for both sides is going to be the weather. It is hot again in Miami. Right now, sitting at 89 degrees. We expect to peak around 90 to 91 before the afternoon is up. And it'll be its hottest right around the time this game comes to a close. There should be a little bit of cloud cover today, which might help with the overall feel of the field. However, it's not going to change the heat and humidity that is being felt down here in southern Florida. So for those in attendance, they've got their fans out, and they're trying to find any shade that they can, and I can't blame them at all. The good news is for us, we're underneath a nice canopy provided by Florida International University that they've set us up with for our broadcast area, and we certainly do appreciate that. And we hope that Middle Tennessee can take this opportunity and make it into a Conference USA Road Series win today. While we've got a moment, let's take a look at some scores from across the conference yesterday in the Saturday slate of this second weekend of May. As far as results go, it was a little more controlled than what we saw on Friday. Missouri State picked up the win 9-1 over New Mexico State. They will be going for the sweep today against the Aggies. Sam Houston defeated Delaware 5-4 in Huntsville in a pretty close contest. Blue Hens made it a little interesting late. Of course, it was FIU defeating Middle Tennessee 7-5 here in Miami yesterday afternoon. Louisiana Tech beat Liberty for the second straight game by a score of 9-6. Dallas Baptist beat Western Kentucky 5-3, and Jacksonville State able to even up the series against Kennesaw State with a 5-4 win. They'll have the rubber match in Jacksonville, Alabama later on today. It will be Jordan Vargas who will be on the mound for FIU. We'll see him in just a moment. Middle Tennessee will lead off with Owen Nowak, Cooper Clapp, and Tyler Minnick. 1, 2, and 3 due up in the order here in Miami. This game will get off to a little bit of a later start due to the Senior Day festivities. So we're going to take one more 1-minute timeout. When we come back, we will have Blue Raider baseball officially here from Florida International University, and the rubber match from the Panthers and the Blue Raiders will get started right here on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Bring your game day style courtside with a stop at Lightning's locker room on the concourse. From bold new drops to timeless campus classics, we've got everything you need to turn heads from class to tip-off. Whether you're rocking a hoodie in the student section or sporting a tee around town, your look says it loud. You're here for the wins, the energy, and the tradition. So step up your style and your spirit, because at Lightning's locker room, the season never slows down, and every fan plays a part in the hype. Let's make every day feel like game day.
Locally grown, Blue Raider proud. This is Jonathan Harmon with the J. Harmon Home Team. As an MTSU alumnus and lifelong Rutherford County resident, I bring the heart of a teacher, the grit of a Blue Raider, and over 15 years of real estate experience to every client. Honest to a fault, connected to the community, and driven to serve. I don't just help you buy or sell, I help you understand every step. The J. Harmon Home Team, where real estate meets real talk.
The Blue Raiders are on News Radio WGNS.
Welcome back to Miami, Florida, and we are just 1 minute and 50 seconds away from getting this rubber match between Middle Tennessee and FIU underway. Game 3 of this incredible series. It has been a heck of a ride so far, and we can't wait to write the final chapter of this second weekend of May series here this afternoon. Middle Tennessee enters the day 24-26 overall. They are 11-15 in conference play. Meanwhile, FIU is 16-34, and they are 7-19 in Conference USA play. Middle Tennessee trying to pick up their first CUSA Road Series win of the year, and they can do so if they can defeat FIU this afternoon. Middle Tennessee, historically this year, has had some struggles with road opponents, but they came in full of confidence this weekend, and talking to a lot of the players today, a lot of what they're concerned about is mainly the heat. They know it's going to be an exceptionally warm day, but they're excited and they have the belief that they can get the job done against FIU. They think that yesterday's game, although a tough loss to stomach, isn't going to define how they play today, and they are fully confident in their performance and their ability to get the job done. And that attitude is reflected in their head coach, Jerry Myers. He has been making sure to spell out to the players all weekend to go out there and enjoy the ride, have fun, and understand what you have in front of you. That's been the message permeating from Middle Tennessee throughout this series, and they've played like it. And that belief will hopefully be enough to carry them to a victory today against FIU. Panthers will be with blue shirts today, gold numbers on the back. They have white pants. Middle Tennessee, all gray look today. Very nice, very fresh for this road matchup on a Sunday afternoon. And hopefully that won't conduct as much heat for the Blue Raiders as well. Owen Nowak will lead off for Middle Tennessee. He'll be followed by Cooper Clapp and Tyler Minnick. And they'll be taking on Jordan Vargas, 27 2/3 innings pitched on the year with a 1-0 record and 8 walks issued, 16 earned runs given up. It's time to settle the score here in Miami. FIU, Middle Tennessee, one more time. And Vargas's first pitch of the day is a fastball for a strike as the count moves to 0-1. Underway from Miami, with the thoughts of yesterday's game still ringing in the minds of these Blue Raiders. High pitch from Vargas is going to miss the zone. Count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. There's one benefit to the heat that MTSU has for today. It's that they've been in it all weekend, so going to be a little more acclimated from that standpoint. It's not going to be anything they're not used to in a certain sense. Still different than what you'd experience in Tennessee, but at least you got that couple days experience in front of you. Count it 2-1 as the last pitch for Vargas went high. Fastball to Nowak, lifted and fouled towards the left side. Count evens at 2-2. Owen Nowak yesterday for Middle Tennessee ended up going for 2 hits and 1 RBI against the Panthers. Always a consistent option to lead off for MTSU and one of the top run scorers in the conference. 2-2, and that pitch well inside by Vargas. Count will run full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So already a payoff pitch here in the top half of the first inning. Let's see how Nowak handles it. Here's the 3-2 offering. Ground ball right side, picked up by Fisher, throws on to first, and that's a 4-3 for out number 1. Really nice job by Sammy Fisher. Had to drift a little more to the right than I'm sure a second baseman is used to, but he was able to collect that thing with his glove hand and quickly got it over to Aiden Cohall for the out. 1 away in the top half of the first inning. So here comes Cooper Clapp, who delivered a solo home run shot over the right field fence yesterday against FIU to start the contest. And he'd love to go double or nothing here in Miami on a Sunday afternoon as Vargas's pitch misses high. Count goes to 1-0. On Friday for Middle Tennessee, Cooper Clapp ended up with 1 run, no hits in that contest. Made sure to quickly amend that yesterday, though. This pitch well inside by Vargas. Count goes to 2-0. Cooper Clapp entering the weekend with a .315 batting average, 25 RBIs. He has a season-high 4 hits against Belmont back on April 14th. 2-0 pitch from Vargas. High, it looked like, but delivered in for a strike. Count goes to 2-1. Just clipped that top part of the zone to get a strike on Clapp. 2 lefties in the order to lead off for Middle Tennessee in this top half of the first inning. 2-1 pitch, and that'll be foul towards the palm trees on the left side of the stadium. Count goes to 2-2. There aren't palm trees in the outfield necessarily, but there are that kind of guard the stadium, for lack of a better term, overhanging the parking lot. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Clapp with 1 out. Nobody on base. And a swing and a miss. High fastball from Jordan Vargas. Hits the mark for a strikeout swinging. 2 down here in the top half of the first inning. Tyler Minnick will come to the plate for Middle Tennessee. Back behind the dish today for the Blue Raiders, senior out of Smyrna, Georgia. Played his prep ball at Mount Perrin Christian School and transferred in from Georgia Tech. Season high 4, runs batted in against Alabama A&M. Here's a foul ball toward the left side. Count will be at 0-1. Started all 55 games last year for MTSU. He was in many ways Mr. Reliable. Great at the plate, and there when you needed him. 0-1 pitch. Vargas gets it in there for a strike. Count now at 0-2. Really nice off speed for Vargas that time. And now the opportunity at a second straight strikeout very much present for number 27. Here's the 0-2. And this one just to the outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Tyler Minnick. Blue Raiders have gotten off to quick starts the last 2 days. Trying to have it happen once again here in the Sunday matinee. 1-2, and that's high for ball number 2. Just missed by Vargas. We'll see if he tries that fastball again on Minnick here. He got clap on a fastball a second ago. 2's across the board. Here's the offering from Vargas, and that is low and outside for ball 3. So good work by Tyler Minnick. He has gotten the count full. Entered the weekend tied for 10th in Conference USA in runs batted in, and tied for 6th in the CUSA in doubles as well. Great extra base hitter. Payoff pitch from Vargas, and here's a drive foul just to the left of the left field line to keep the count full. Needed a little bit more of an angle to the right to stay in the field of play, and that thing could have possibly rolled all the way to the left field corner had it done so. Instead, we try the 3-2 again. Another payoff pitch. Here's a ball hit towards the second baseman on the ground, picked up by Fisher, who throws on to first for out number 3. So that'll do it for the top half of the first inning. MTSU gets 1-2-3 by Jordan Vargas and the FIU defense, and that'll take us on to the bottom half of the first. 0-0 between the Blue Raiders and the Panthers. Back and 1 on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
Will Fraley, attorney at law, has experience you can count on. Former Blue Raider baseball player and MTSU alum Will Fraley serves Murfreesboro and the surrounding communities. Put a strong and experienced legal fighter on your case. Give Will Fraley a call and he can handle all of your legal matters, including criminal and domestic or family law. Visit willfraleylaw.com or call 615-410-7290.
Rutherford County's MTSU station, News Radio WGNS.
Back here to Miami, Florida, Dylan Simmons with you on this Mother's Day, transitioning into afternoon. I was going to say afternoon, but it's technically still morning time back in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Your score after one frame of baseball, 0-0 between the Blue Raiders and the FIU Panthers. And taking the mound for the first time since March for MTSU is Drew Horn. Great to see him back on the bump. The 5'11", 185 redshirt junior from Smyrna, Tennessee, enters today with a 6.28 ERA, a 2-1 record with 36 strikeouts. And, of course, he is coming off, in his last appearance, a great outing against New Mexico State with 6 innings pitched, a season high, and 6 strikeouts against the Aggies. He'll have to contend, though, with an FIU lineup that has been very effective this weekend. 16 combined runs over the last 2 days, including 7 yesterday, to find their way to a 2-run victory. And remember, folks, FIU scored all 7 of their runs off of homers. So that is one area for sure that MTSU is looking to clean up. Sammy Fisher will lead off for FIU, and we'll get our first look at Drew Horn in the month of May. Horn's first pitch is a fastball, softly hit along the third base line, and oh my goodness, that's going to stay fair. It's going to be an infield single for Sammy Fisher as MTSU is banking on that thing rolling to the left of the third base line. They all stayed away from it. Unfortunately, well, the dirt was not MTSU's friend in that situation. So a runner aboard for FIU, and that will bring on Mario Trivella. Sometimes if you don't have bad luck, you have no luck, and that was the situation where it happened for MTSU. We'll see if they've got a little bit of better luck with Mario Trivella. Shortstop for the Panthers. Tried to lay down a bunt and ended up fouling it off as the count goes to 0-1. Yesterday for FIU, Mario Trivella was also in the 2 spot. Ended up with no hits, but did reach twice on a hit by pitch. I'm sure he wants a less painful route to the base today. Already got Fisher at first. Chance to possibly bring in an early run. Count at 0-1. Horn's pitch just a little bit high. Count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. And of course, when you're back on the mound for the first time in a long time like this, it can take a second for some pitchers to refine that form. We know Drew's been practicing, but it's still a lot different compared to in-game experience, and every pitcher who's out there will tell you that. Pickoff attempted back to first, so we'll have to see if there's any rust for him or if he can just jump straight back into it and dominate as he's done so many times. A 1-1 pitch coming up to Mario Trivella. And this ball will be lifted high and deep over to left field, and it is gone. Mario Trivella with a 2-run home run that puts the Panthers on top 2-0 in the bottom half of the first inning. And I'm sure FIU fans will be calling him Super Mario after that home run. And what a way to start things off for FIU on the Panthers Senior Day. A no-doubter over the left field fence. That'll bring on Cooper Rasmussen to the plate, and just like that, FIU picks up where they left off in yesterday's competition. Cooper Rasmussen will come to the plate for FIU, number 3 man in the order. Already a couple of men on board here in this first inning. This pitch high, count goes to 1-0, but again, those mistakes, they're going to happen, especially when you're coming in for the first time in a while. Drew's just got to stand in there and keep fighting. And he delivers a hit by pitch. Caught Rasmussen on the right side of the body. Lefty batter will make his way over to first base with the HBP. Brings on the cleanup man, Andrew Ildefonso for FIU. Right-handed batter who yesterday made a big impact in the game against Middle Tennessee as he was able to get 1 hit, but it was a big one, a solo home run shot that helped FIU get the scoring started early. And after already seeing a 2-run home run here, we'll see if he's got more in mind. Pitch on the way from Horn is going to be low for ball number 1. Count goes to 1 ball, no strikes. Ildefonso with a .275 average this season, .349 on-base percentage, 56 hits, 33 runs batted in. No outs yet in the bottom half of the first inning. Horn tries a fastball, but just misses the zone. Count goes to 2-0. Just placed it a little bit high, it looks like. Umpiring crew taking a good look at it. 2-0 pitch coming up with a runner at first. Horn delivers it low and outside. It gets past Minnick, and that will advance Rasmussen on to second off the wild pitch. Count goes to 3-0. Umpiring crew today, home plate umpires Christopher Tipton. At first base, it's Lee Canizero. And at third base, it is Joel Parrish. So, same crew that we've had the last couple days, just in different positions. So Ildefonso, the left fielder, has a 3-0 count to contend with and a runner at second. Certainly a hitter's count. as Tyler Minnick having a conversation with Drew Horn on the bump, just trying to get everything squared away. Make sure that he's ready to go for this 3-0 count, but this is certainly not what MTSU wanted to see early on. FIU getting off to a accelerated start, we'll say, and trying to keep it going. 3-0 coming up to Ildefonso. Rasmussen in scoring position. Horn's pitch just clips the top of the zone for a strike. Count goes to 3-1. And that was a really nice adjustment after that brief time out there for Drew Horn. Now can he make it work on a 3-1? Taking his time here, inside of 5 on the pitch clock. Here's a little looper hit toward shallow right, and it gets down for a base hit. Getting the stop sign at third is Rasmussen. It's going to be a single for Andrew Ildefonso, and another runner aboard for FIU here in the bottom half of the first inning. Aiden Kohal will come to the plate. Runners at the corners for FIU. Now, Kohal has been a thorn in the side of MTSU all weekend. Already a couple home runs, and Jerry Myers making his way out of the Blue Raider dugout. Drew Horn struggling in his return so far against these FIU Panthers. And he's in a somewhat unenviable position because he's coming back, again, for the first time in over a month. And not only that, he's got to contend with this really pressurized Miami Heat, as I'll describe it, which is a whole nother element to face off with. He's having to contend with all of that, and he's having to deal with a lineup that's been hitting at an incredible rate all weekend long. So runners at the corners here for FIU. Rasmussen is 90 feet away from coming home. Ildefonso at first, and there's still no outs in the bottom half of the first inning. But Middle Tennessee trying to stay undeterred here. Kohal is a lefty batter. As I said a moment ago, already 2 home runs against Middle Tennessee this weekend, including a solo home run shot yesterday. It was his lone hit of the contest, but added a run for the Panthers. Count at 1-0. Pitch on the way from Horn. Breaking ball that's just outside. Count moves to 2 balls and no strikes. Kohal out of the Bronx, New York, redshirt junior. Transfer from Stonehill. Was one of the top batters in the NEC just a season ago. 2-0 count. And that's more like it for Drew Horn. Nice pitch for a strike. Count goes to 2-1. Again, it's mostly towards the top of the zone with Drew Horn, but he's able to fit it in so well. Has really good positioning on his pitches. Just trying to find that more consistently today. 2-1 pitch to Kohal. And a swing and a miss. Count goes to 2-2. Nice work by Drew Horn and a chance to get some redemption on Aiden Kohal here. And maybe round into form a little bit in this bottom half of the first. And getting out on the Panthers. Kohal has struck out on 43 at-bats this year. And he just fouls this one to keep the plate appearance alive. This is Kohal's 156th AB of the season, so he's striking out a little under 1/3 of the time he's at the plate. Pretty aggressive overall. And that could work to Drew Horn's advantage here. So here comes another 2-2. Horn's pitch is low this time for ball number 3, almost at the shoes of Kohal. And we've got another payoff pitch coming up. Saw a couple of these in the top half of the first. MTSU couldn't quite capitalize enough on it. We'll see if Kohal can here. What does Drew Horn have in store on this payoff pitch? 3-2, and a foul ball. Oh, right into a sign here at the FIU baseball stadium that says watch for foul balls, and the sign was not watching for the foul ball. So another 3-2 coming up, and again Kohal staying persistent at the plate. FIU 3 for 3 so far in this game. Full count once again. Here's the 3-2 offering, and there's the strikeout that Drew Horn was looking for. A little bit of redemption here for Drew Horn in this bottom half of the first inning. He gets Cohal swinging. And the runner from first, Andrew Ildefonso, in all of that, went ahead and took second. I don't think Drew Horn's going to be too upset about that. It'll send on Enrique Alvarez Jr. Couple runners in scoring position now for FIU. And maybe now Drew Horn will use that as a confidence boost to get himself in position to start to dominate this FIU lineup. But he's facing off with another lefty batter here. Here's a chopper on the right side, picked up by Clapp. Underhand toss to first to O'Neill for the second out. However, Cooper Rasmussen will come across, so it's now a 3-0 FIU lead. It'll be an RBI for Enrique Alvarez Jr. on a 4-3, and that will send on Caden Samler.
Number 16, Caden Samler.
Andrew Ildefonso advanced to third on that play as well. And Caden Samler, I think a name that most MTSU fans would rather not hear after what he did in yesterday's game against the Blue Raiders, as he delivered a heartbreaking 2-run home run over the left field wall just out of the reach of Nathan Brewer's glove to allow FIU to win that second game 7-5. 1-0 pitch delivered for a swing and a miss on Samler. Count goes to 1-1. And again, a 4-home run performance for FIU yesterday. The run they just brought in a second ago, the first run scored on anything other than a home run since Friday. Here's a ball popped up on the right side. O'Neill camping underneath it. Makes the catch and foul ground for out number 3. So after a tough start in the bottom half of the first inning, pretty good redemption for Drew Horn. Still a 3-0 lead for FIU, including a 2-run home run from Mario Trivella. Local man has the Panthers on top by 3. Back for the top of the second in 1 minute on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
The Blue Raiders are winners in the classroom, on the field, and the courts. Richard Lewis here. I want you to win in real estate also. Buying, selling, auction here in Tennessee, or along the Gulf Coast, a second home, or investing. Give me a call to help start that winning process. 615-319-9981. Oh, I'm never too busy for your referrals. Richard Lewis, Exit Realty, Bob Lamb & Associates.
The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
Rubber match through 1 inning here between Middle Tennessee and FIU. Panthers on top 3-0 over the Blue Raiders after a 3-run bottom half of the first inning, including a 2-run home run from the junior out of Caracas, Venezuela, Mario Trivella. And he's got his team up by a pretty significant amount. MTSU will be looking to respond against Jordan Vargas and the FIU defense here in the top half of the second inning. And they've got a pretty good guy to do it. Nathan Brewer, the number 4 man in the lineup, will lead off for the Blue Raiders here. He'll be followed by Lane Akers and Brett Rogers, 4, 5, 6 due up. Brewer, the new home run leader on this MTSU squad. And, of course, that due to the event that we've mentioned a lot this weekend, but for good reason, the record-breaking Conference USA home run game on Friday. Now has 12 home runs on the season. And the first pitch from Vargas will be delivered here for ball number 1. And, of course, Jordan Vargas has plenty of experience against Nathan Brewer. Pitched against him on Friday. Didn't end too well for Vargas, so he's hoping for a little redemption today. And in an interesting development, and I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, considering what we've seen so far, Nathan does have a number 8 jersey on today, so no more 47. Count it 2-0. Considering he had the historic outing in the 47, I don't know if some fans would rather him wear that number or stick with the 8, but either way, he's got the 8 back. Count it 2-1 here. And that pitch just finds the inside corner for a strike. Count goes to 2-2. Brewer with a .307 average, .382 on-base percentage. 55 hits so far this season in 179 at-bats. The 2-2. And that fastball just misses the zone from Vargas. And the count runs full at 3-2. And that's one thing I always admire about batters is their ability to distinguish what's a ball and what's a strike, because it can be just inches between the two. Payoff pitch coming up. Brewer, fly ball deep into right center field. It's going to drop down and be caught by the shortstop. Mario Trivella came all the way over and made that catch in the middle part of center field as that ball kind of drifted around for a sec. And that was a really solid job to bring that ball in for the out. That'll bring on Lane Akers for MTSU. Not often you see a fly out to the shortstop. Akers will try to amend for that. The designated hitter looking for a big day today. .322 average on the year, .541 slugging percentage. 47 hits, 30 RBIs. To go along with 7 home runs. One out here in the top of the second. Vargas just misses on this offering. Count goes to 1-0. Yesterday, Lane Akers had 1 hit and 1 run for the Blue Raiders. Watches a 1-0 go by here for a strike. Count evens at 1-1. And this is part of that patience at the plate that MTSU has to have. But you've also got to know when to be aggressive as well. 1-1 from Vargas, just fouled off by Akers. Count goes to 1-2. And that can be a very difficult dynamic to establish, because a lot of times these pitches from Vargas are coming in very close to the zone, so it's tough to say exactly where they're going to end up, and you've got to be well aware of where you are in the box and where the ball's landing in the box. 1-2 pitch from Vargas, and a swing and a miss. Akers reached for it, couldn't get under it, and that will be strike number 3 and out number 2 here in the top of the second. Second strikeout for Jordan Vargas in this game so far. Brett Rogers will come to the plate for Middle Tennessee. Rogers was kind of the offensive star of the show for Middle Tennessee yesterday. 2 hits and 3 runs to go along with 1 RBI in the contest. And he's going to deliver a fly ball deep to left field, back towards the wall, but caught on the run right at the warning track by Andrew Ildefonso for out number 3. So MTSU gets 1-2-3 again by the Panthers, and FIU maintains a 3-0 lead. Back for the bottom of the second in Miami in 1 minute on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders!
Bring your game day style courtside with a stop at Lightning's locker room on the concourse. From bold new drops to timeless campus classics, we've got everything you need to turn heads from class to tip-off. Whether you're rocking a hoodie in the student section or sporting a tee around town, your look says it loud. You're here for the wins, the energy, and the tradition. So step up your style and your spirit, because at Lightning's locker room, the season never slows down, and every fan plays a part in the hype. Let's make every day feel like game day.
WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Welcome back to the FIU Baseball Stadium. We've reached the bottom half of the second inning between FIU and Middle Tennessee in today's Sunday rubber match here in Miami, Florida. Your score, FIU 3, Middle Tennessee 0. And the curious question on the mind of a lot of folks, I'd say, is what will we see in this bottom half of the second after FIU put up 3 runs in the bottom half of the first. Two of those courtesy of a Mario Trivella 2-run homer. Do the Panthers have another inning like that in them, or can Drew Horn limit the damage that FIU does? Hector Candelas is at the plate, 8-9-1 due up for FIU in this frame. Horn delivers a fastball here, and it's going to be just a little bit off. Count goes to 1-0. He did a good job towards the latter part of that last frame he pitched in to rebound against this Panthers lineup. Looking for more of that here, as that's fouled off by Candelas toward the Blue Raider dugout. Count goes to 1-1. Now the FIU lineup in yesterday's game towards the bottom part of the lineup was not as explosive as the top part. And that could play into Drew Horn's situation here. Count at 1-1. Just misses this one outside. Count at 2 balls and 1 strike. But the final 4 hitters for FIU in yesterday's game did not manage a hit. So that kind of tells the story of who dominated, as Drew Horn with a nice breaking ball for a strike. Count goes to 2-2. That could allow for Drew Horn to make this a quick bottom of the second if everything goes according to plan. His 2-2 driven into right field, but right there to make the catch is Brett Rogers for out number 1. Good job by Rogers to step up and find that baseball. That'll send on Cole Cleveland for FIU. Center fielder for the Panthers. Yesterday against Middle Tennessee, Cleveland did score 1 run, but did not get any hits in 3 at-bats. Struck out twice, did reach once on a hit by pitch. Drew Horn looking to make quick work of him in the bottom of the second. Low pitch here, count goes to 1-0. FIU with a lot of lefty batters in the lineup today. In fact, I count a total of 6, which is usually an MTSU staple, but the Panthers have it even more so in today's contest. But Drew Horn showing he's not afraid of it right now as he delivers a nice breaking ball for a strike. Count goes to 1-1. Blue Raiders have 5 lefties in the order today, so 11 total lefty batters in this game. 1-1 count. Horn to the outside as the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Panthers have 1 CUSA Series win this season against Kennesaw State back in the month of March. It was here in Miami. Count at 2-1 and a strike for Drew Horn. Count evens at 2-2. Panthers have won 7 total conference games this season with 19 conference losses. Currently sitting at 11th in the CUSA standings, needing a lot of help to get back into the tournament picture. 2-2 from Horn, a little low for ball number 3. And FIU has had a lot of struggles on the road. Just 1 road win all season. And they'll have to go on the road for their final CUSA Road Series of the season against New Mexico State. So they'll have to fly all the way to Las Cruces for that series. 3-2 breaking ball by Horn, and a called strike 3 on Cole Cleveland. Drew Horn starting to show his stuff in this bottom half of the second inning. That is now his 2nd strikeout of the game, and will send on Sammy Fisher. Fisher got a leadoff single earlier in this contest, but you can almost see the confidence building for Drew Horn right now, and I have to believe that's not going anywhere. As he finds a strike, count goes to 0-1. And if that's the kind of Drew Horn we're going to get for the rest of this game, this could be a very tough trial for FIU to deal with. Fastball just to the outside, off the glove of Minnick. Count goes to 1-1. Nobody on base, though, so nothing to worry about. Fisher, of course, had that single earlier, a very awkward single that just kind of rolled along the third base line and stayed in. There's a breaking ball for a strike from Drew Horn. Count goes to 1-2. MTSU was banking on it rolling out. It never did. And so Fisher got to take first. But doesn't look like he's going to have anything like that in this inning, we'd assume. 1-2 pitch from Horn. And there's a strike three. Another K looking against the FIU Panthers, and all of a sudden Drew Horn is picking him up and putting him down against FIU. 2 Ks in the bottom half of the second, and the score remains Panthers 3, Blue Raiders 0. Back for the top of the third to see if the MTSU Bats can generate some offense on the Blue Raider Network. From Van Wagner.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Brad Hopkins with Exit Realty Bob Lamb and Associates. Winning in real estate is a lot like football. Good coaching and recruiting a great team are the keys. I put together a team of lenders, inspectors, and home professionals to help you succeed. Let me coach you through this process and make sure you come out a winner. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, I am here to help you win. Visit BradHopkinsHomes.com or call 615-556-9239 to find out more.
At State Farm, when home and auto work as a team, you score and save money. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let's work together to win big by saving money on home and auto. With the service you get from State Farm, you might think our car insurance costs more. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let me show you with discounts up to 40%. You may find it even costs less.
You're listening to MTSU Sports on WGNS.
Welcome back to Miami, Florida. Sunday afternoon baseball between the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders and the FIU Panthers. Hope you are enjoying your Mother's Day wherever you may be listening in from. And hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast so far. Top half of the third inning on deck between Middle Tennessee and FIU. Panthers on top 3-0. But held scoreless in the bottom half of the second inning after a brilliant frame by Drew Horn. A couple of strikeouts looking on the Panthers, contributing to a quick frame for FIU. And now Middle Tennessee's offense trying to return the favor against the Panthers' defense. Dean O'Neill will lead off in this inning for MTSU. Hasn't gotten a hit yet this weekend, but I'd say he and everyone else feels like he's due at this point in time, and he may just have something special for FIU. Swing and a miss, though, on this pitch from Vargas. Count goes to 0-1. Give credit to Jordan Vargas. He's done a really nice job against these Middle Tennessee batters so far. 2 strikeouts with no hits given up. Low pitch here as the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Entered the day with a 5.20 ERA on the season. 1-1 pitch to O'Neill, and here's a ball popped up into foul ground on the right side, and Vargas comes in to make the catch. He was reading that one the whole way and located it to get the out on O'Neill. That'll bring on Brett Von Dolan, the number 8 man in the order for Middle Tennessee. Blue Raiders 0 for 7 to start the day against Vargas and FIU. We'll see if Vondo can crack the code of Vargas right now. Yesterday for Middle Tennessee, Von Dolan had 1 hit with 2 RBIs at the number 8 spot in the lineup. He's back in the number 8 spot today. It was a very awkward RBI single that just stayed in, but got it to work regardless. Now trying to generate a similar type of magic here. Blue Raiders entered the weekend as the number 6 team in CUSA in batting average. Number 7 in runs, 3rd in doubles, and 3rd in homers. 6th in RBIs. Von Dolan chases after it and misses. Count evens at 1-1. So offensively, they are in some ways towards the middle of the pack, but in some ways also towards the top. Depends which area you're talking about. Pitch in the dirt here from Vargas outside. Count goes to 2-1. The long ball has certainly been their friend thus far this year. One of the biggest assets that MTSU has had at their disposal. And it made all the difference on Friday. Of course, it made all the difference for FIU yesterday. 2-1 pitch. Von Dolan fouls this one off of the plate. Count evens at 2-2. So, if you want to tell the story of this series so far, I think you could argue it's been a series defined by the home run productivity of both teams. And so far, I think that's remained the case today. 2-2, Von Dolan swing and a miss. Jordan Vargas just having a heater of a day against the Blue Raiders. He's now thrown a strikeout in each inning he's pitched so far. 3 Ks on the Blue Raiders, and that'll send on Clay Badalak. MTSU is 1-2-3'd in the first and second innings, and they may be on the verge of having it happen again here in the top half of the third inning, unless Clay Badalak has something to say about that. Badalak with a 201 average, 259 slugging percentage, 576 OPS, with 28 hits, 26 runs, and he fouls this one back. Count goes to 0-1. Trying to get something going for MTSU, which hasn't been hard for them this weekend. And they had success against Vargas too, but that was when he came in as a reliever. As a starter, he's been much more effective so far. 0-1 to Badalak, and here's a fly ball over to left field, down the left field line, and coming in to make the catch is Trivella, the shortstop. Second time he's kind of come out of nowhere to get a fly ball, and that will end the top half of the third inning. Middle Tennessee once again comes up empty against FIU, and the score remains 3-0 after a 1-2-3 inning. Jordan Vargas dominating so far. Back for the bottom of the third in 1 minute on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
At Middle Tennessee Electric, we see the lines that link us all, illuminating our neighborhoods, empowering our businesses, and helping us to recharge. Because we believe in the power of good energy. Whether it comes from our grids, the sun, or a kind heart. And as your family and our region continue to grow, you can trust that we'll always be there for you. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
Hey folks, it's Chip Walters from Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates, helping Middle Tennessee make smart moves in a fast-moving market. Whether you're buying, selling, or just exploring your options, you deserve someone who knows this community and treats your goals like their own. From first-timers to long-time homeowners, I'm here to guide you with clarity, confidence, and a steady hand. When you're ready to make the next move, start with someone you trust. Visit ChooseChip.net and let's make your 2026 move the right move.
The Blue Raiders are on News Radio WGNS.
Back here in Miami, Florida, Dylan Simmons with you. Bottom half of the third inning between Middle Tennessee and FIU here at the FIU Baseball Stadium. 3-0 is your score with FIU on top. And there's a new pitcher on the mound for Middle Tennessee. Cole Torbett takes his spot on the bump. So Drew Horn's day comes to an end. Didn't have the best start to the game, but rounded into form well in the second inning. He ends up with 2 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts, 3 earned runs given up. All of those runs in the first inning, and goes for 38 total pitches today against FIU. We'll see what Torbett can do against this FIU squad. Of course, he did pitch a little bit on Friday out of the bullpen and has been the Sunday starter in a few games as of late. Torbett went for 1 inning against FIU on Saturday and was awarded with the win against the Panthers. Gave up 2 earned runs with 1 strikeout in that inning. And now going to face off with Mario Trivella, who already has a 2-run homer in this game, the junior out of Caracas, Venezuela. Breaking ball by Cole Torbett. Finds the zone for a strike. Count goes to 0-1. Torbett certainly has consistency in his pitch style, and it's been a huge asset for him all season. But here's a fly ball to right field by Trivella, racing into foul ground, and Brett Rogers just unable to make the catch. The wind may have caught that one a little bit, changed its direction as it was screeching along that right field line. Count goes to 0-2. They've got a pretty cool feature here for Senior Day. The mothers of the players, it looks like, are going to do the PA announcing for some of their walkouts. That's what just happened with Mario Trivella, so that's a pretty cool feature, I would say. 0-2 pitch from Cole Torbett. Breaking ball just high. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mario Trivella transferred in from the State College of Florida and has the team lead in home runs this season. As Torbett takes his time, Here's a ground ball, and it goes off the glove of Brett Von Dolan and races all the way to the left field corner. Trivella rounding first. He'll get to second standing up, and that'll be a leadoff double for FIU here in this bottom half of the third inning. That'll bring on Cooper Rasmussen, who's already reached on a hit by pitch. And that was going to be a tough play for Vondo to make over there along the third base line. It came at him with such force and velocity and took an awkward bounce in the dirt that there really wasn't much that Von Dolan could do as it went by him and off of him. So Trivella with the leadoff double, and that will send on Cooper Rasmussen. Mario Trivella, already a 2-run homer, and now a double on the day. Rasmussen at the plate. Breaking ball from Torbett, finds the zone for a strike. Count at 0-1. Now FIU has had trouble holding leads this season, so that's one thing that MTSU, no matter what, is going to be able to hold their hats on here. And the good news for Cole Torbett is that throughout the season he's been able to overcome setbacks early in innings and find a way to shut down any potential rally from the opposition. Count at 1-1 here. Torbett, fastball, lifted toward the right side of the field into foul ground, racing toward the MTSU bullpen, and it's going to land right in the bullpen. O'Neal almost had a play on it, but the count will be at 1-2. Rasmussen expected to have a big weekend. He's been pretty quiet, though, against Middle Tennessee so far. Yesterday against MTSU, Rasmussen did not have a hit against the Blue Raiders. On Friday against MTSU, Rasmussen also had 2 hits, so a little bit better on Friday, but still looking for that big signature shot. Here's a ground ball down the right field line that is just fouled. So the count will stay at 1-2. Rasmussen, though, much as he did earlier, standing strong against the MTSU pitcher, but this time it's Cole Torbett instead of Drew Horn. Count at 1-2 with no outs. Trivella at second. He has stolen 4 bases this season. Here's a high fly ball into left center field. Back is Nowak, and he will make the catch for out 1. Throws on to third, trying to get Trivella, but he'll make it there easily and be safe at third base. 1 away here in the bottom half of the third inning. Still a heck of an effort from Owen Nowak. The problem was the ball was hit to the deepest part of left center field, so really wasn't any way he was going to be able to get it to third in time. As that brings on Andrew Ildefonso. Ildefonso has a single already today, and he needs just a fly out here to bring in Mario Trivella and give FIU a 4-0 lead. Middle Tennessee wants to make sure that does not happen. We were in a similar situation yesterday late in the game, and if you'll remember, MTSU ended up delivering an RBI bunt that ended up scoring the tying run. So curious if FIU will try to take that route. Doesn't appear that's going to be the case, as this is fouled over into the FIU dugout by Ildefonso. That'll even the count at 1-1 strike. Looked as though late in that game yesterday that everything was set up for a potential top of the ninth classic from MTSU, maybe even extra innings, but Caden Hamler's 2-run home run saw to it that that did not happen. As this pitch is going to be a hit-by pitch on Andrew Ildefonso that will send him on to first base. So runners at the corners for FIU as Torbett kind of lost the handle of that one. Second time Ildefonso has made it on base today. Misspoke earlier, it was Samler with the home run. Said Hamler for some odd reason. Jerry Myers making his way over toward the bump to go talk to Cole Torbett. And we'll see what he wants to do here. Torbett trying to talk to Myers about the current situation and what is taking place here for MTSU. I don't expect a pitching change. Obviously, with Torbett really just coming into this contest, and there will not be. Myers just wanting to make sure his pitcher's under control and everything's working the way that it needs to. But certainly you don't want to allow FIU to extend what's already a fairly imposing 3-0 lead. Aiden Cohall will come to the plate for FIU. Trivella standing strong at third with Ildefonso at first. Can Cole Torbett rebound and find a way to get a second out? Breaking ball, chopped toward the right side, picked up by Clapp, throws on to second for one out, throw to first, is going to take O'Neal off the bag. Safe at first base is Cohall, and Trivella scores. So FIU now on top by a score of 4-0, and it will be Aiden Cohall who will deliver the RBI. Out at second is Andrew Ildefonso. Cohall safe at first, and that'll bring on Enrique Alvarez Jr.
Number 36, Enrique Alvarez Jr.
4-0 lead for the Panthers, and I think it was a good decision by Clapp to throw on to second. Wanted to try to get the double play, but it was going to be very tough with the speed that Cohall has demonstrated all weekend. Just couldn't get the throw in accurately enough from second, from Clay Badalak. But they do get the leadoff runner. 2 away, count at 1-0. And if they're able to keep this at a 4-0 game after all that we've seen in this inning, that's still probably considered a win, all things considered. Alvarez Jr. does have an RBI in this game on a ground out to second base. Count at 2-0. Speedy Cohall at first, as this is fouled into the netting. And it's going to stay right up there, I think. Count at 2-1. Caden Samler on deck for FIU. As a team, Panthers hitting 4 for 12 so far in this game. Count at 2-1 for Cole Torbett. And this is just fouled by Alvarez Jr. to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Middle Tennessee hoping to shut down this inning quickly and maybe get the bats roaring in the top of the fourth to restart this offense and in some ways restart this game for MTSU. Put themselves in position to take the series. 2-2 pitch coming up. Torbett just missed the zone on the breaking ball, and the count runs full. 3-2. That was great discipline at the plate by the DH Enrique Alvarez Jr. to not swing at that. And we'll try the payoff pitch with 2 outs. Torbett fastball and just missed the zone for ball 4. Alvarez Jr. will make his way over to first with a base on balls. Cohall advances to second. 2 aboard for FIU. Caden Samler will come to the plate. 0 for 1 so far today. But again, still very fresh in the minds of MTSU fans after his 2-run home run last night to lift FIU to that victory. Cole Torbett just trying to find the zone consistently and get a strikeout on Caden Samler. Places this pitch a little bit high. Count goes to 1-0. But the Panthers bats, as they've been doing all weekend, finding success against Middle Tennessee defensively so far. 1-0 pitch. Line shot that gets past Cooper Clapp at second base. Coming around is Cohall. He will score. Here's the throw to third, and it will be in time. No, instead, Enrique Alvarez Jr. is safe at third base. Samler safe at second. The throw was in time to Brett Von Dolan, but apparently he didn't apply the tag properly on Enrique Alvarez Jr. It's a 5-0 game with the Panthers on top, and it's an RBI for Caden Samler once again. So what looked to be an inning-ending out instead has runners safe at second and third for FIU, with Hector Candelas coming to the plate. And that is disappointment on top of disappointment for Middle Tennessee. Caden Samler will be awarded with an RBI single and did advance to second on the throw officially. As this pitch is in for a strike from Torbett, count goes to 0-1. And MTSU trying to avoid letting this lead cascade anymore with Candelas at the plate. Torbett, breaking ball, able to get strike 2. Count goes to no balls and 2 strikes. Candelas flew a ball out to Brett Rogers, his first time up today. Trying to capitalize on the 0-2. Fastball zipped wide by Torbett. Count at 1 ball, 2 strikes here. True test for a pitcher in these situations after giving up runs like that, to just stay confident in yourself and your abilities. Torbett, breaking ball, lifted and fouled towards the right side. It's going to land over towards the bus that took us here to the baseball stadium this morning. Count at 1-2. Hector Candelas with 11 hits, 11 runs, and 6 RBIs on the season so far. He has struck out 17 times this season. Count at 1-2. Pitch delivered by Torbett, and a swing and a miss by Candelas. That will be a strikeout swinging and a needed one to end the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Torbett's first strikeout. But FIU puts 2 runs on the scoreboard, an RBI single from Caden Samler and an RBI on a fielder's choice from Aiden Kohal. Panthers up big early, Middle looking for a response on the top of the 4th. Back in 1 minute to Miami on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders!
Bring your game day style courtside with a stop at Lightning's locker room on the concourse. From bold new drops to timeless campus classics, we've got everything you need to turn heads from class to tip-off. Whether you're rocking a hoodie in the student section or sporting a tee around town, your look says it loud. You're here for the wins, the energy, and the tradition. So step up your style and your spirit, because at Lightning's locker room, the season never slows down, and every fan plays a part in the hype. Let's make every day feel like game day.
Rutherford County's MTSU station, News Radio WGNS.
Welcome back here to the FIU baseball stadium. We've reached the top half of the 4th inning between Middle Tennessee and FIU. Panthers on top 5-0 over the Blue Raiders after a 2-run bottom half of the 3rd inning, but still a lot of baseball yet to be played, and we know that the MTSU bats are always capable of explosivity on a volcanic level. That's what they'll be looking to deliver in the top half of the 4th inning against Jordan Vargas. Trying to make sure they're not afraid to catch fields. Not sure if that's a reference that some of you will understand with the music playing in the background or not. That's one that I listened to a lot as a kid. Katy Perry and Pharrell's song. Owen Nowak will come to the plate for MTSU. 1, 2, 3 due up in the order for the Blue Raiders. MTSU yet to get a hit in this game against Vargas, who has just been sensational on the mound so far. 3 strikeouts on the Blue Raiders. And delivers a strike here on a fastball. The consistency has been so impressive from him today. Nowak ties his right shoe as the count goes to 0-1. Got to make sure you got the shoe on securely when you're trying to take off for bases. Here's a ground ball delivered to the right side, picked up by Fisher, and he will throw it to first for a 4-3. Sammy Fisher had a lot of issues fielding the baseball yesterday, but give credit where credit is due. The second baseman has been on point so far today against the Blue Raiders, and that's the second time he's done that to Owen Nowak. Cooper Clapp will come to the plate for MTSU. Also 0 for 1 so far today, as is the rest of the Blue Raider lineup. Struck out his first time up against Vargas. This pitch a little to the outside. Count goes to 1-0. Under a little bit of cloud cover now. Of course, it probably won't last long, but that'll provide a little bit of relief maybe for some of these players as the count goes to 2-0. And again, we expect the heat to really kick up as we get further along into this game and reach its peak right around that 3 o'clock end time. 2-0 pitch, and here's a high fly ball driven to right center field, and this one is out of here. Supa Koopa has done it again. his second straight game with a solo home run shot, and it puts MTSU on the board in the top half of the fourth inning. Give him the cape and let this man soar here in Miami. Cooper Clapp puts MTSU on the scoreboard for the first time, and that'll send on Tyler Minnick for the Blue Raiders. And maybe that will be the spark that MTSU needs to get things rolling here in Miami. Minnick will drive a ball foul toward the left part of the field. Count goes to 0-1. Sometimes you just need one hit like that to get the rest of the lineup, don't want to say believing, but encouraged, for lack of a better term. We'll see if that helps. Pitch low here by Vargas, and conversely, it can rattle a pitcher after you give up a home run like that. Sometimes you're, I don't want to say mindlessly pitching, but it's almost instinctual. And after something like that, you think about it more, and you get in your own head. As that's fouled off by Tyler Minnick, count goes to 1-2. That's sort of the mental battle of baseball that isn't really talked about as much, but it's interesting to watch when it plays out on the field. Right now, MTSU trying to stay one step ahead of Vargas. 1-2 pitch. And, just missed by Jordan Vargas. Count goes to 2-2. That was a bold take by Minnick, but he decided to lay off, and that was a wise decision. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out for the man behind the dish. Here's a drive into center field for a base hit. And Tyler Minnick gives MTSU back-to-back hits here in the top half of the fourth inning. All of a sudden, that confidence and that fire from MTSU is starting to awaken here on this Sunday afternoon. And if you want a guy who can change a game, look no further than the man headed to the plate, Nathan Brewer. Already 4 home runs this weekend, a couple of hits yesterday. Can he get a shot here for MTSU to give them their 3rd straight hit and potentially to score Tyler Minnick? Pitch by Vargas. Here's a ground ball fouled to the right of the first base bag. Count goes to 0-1. And it's like I said, the confidence maybe boosted a little bit for these guys after seeing what Clapp did, and I think you may have just saw that with Minnick's hit. Does it translate to Brewer? 0-1 pitch. Here's a chopper, just fouled to the right side. Counted 0-2. Just needed a little bit more to the inside to get that ball fair. And here we go. No balls, 2 strikes. Nathan Brewer back to wearing number 8 today. Is it his magic number in Miami on this Sunday afternoon? 0-2 offering from Vargas is upstairs for ball 1. Nathan Brewer flew a ball out to the shortstop, Mario Trivella, his first time up. 307 average on the season. Team leading 12 home runs. He also has 15 doubles and 55 hits. 1-2. And a swing and a miss for Brewer. Was trying to drive that thing over the wall, but instead catches nothing but oxygen. And Jordan Vargas gets a strikeout swinging for his 4th K of the game. That'll bring on Lane Akers, the designated hitter for Middle Tennessee. And Lane Akers struck out his first time up against Jordan Vargas. But Akers the Raker, as I've nicknamed him, is always ready to lend a helping hand. But Vargas, another fastball for a strike. Count goes to 0-1. Yesterday against FIU, Lane Akers with 1 hit and 1 run on the Panthers. Had that great series against Sam Houston to help Middle Tennessee get game number 2 down in Huntsville. Vargas taking his time on this one, 0-1, and it does not find the zone. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. There was about 5 seconds left on the pitch clock when Vargas got rid of it. Brett Rogers is on deck, but with 2 outs and a 1-1 count. Lane Akers has 7 homers on the season, 9 doubles, and 1 triple. 1-1, check swing. It's going to be a strike anyway. Count goes to 1-2. Some MTSU fans not agreeing with that call. It was very close, but the home plate umpire called it a strike. Count goes to 1-2. Let's see what Akers can do with this opportunity. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. 2 straight strikeouts to end the top half of the 4th inning for Jordan Vargas. He's now got 5 total in the game. But MTSU does get on the scoreboard. A solo home run shot from Cooper Clapp makes it a 5-1 contest as we move on to the bottom half of the 4th inning in Miami. Back in 1 minute on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Locally grown, Blue Raider proud. This is Jonathan Harmon with the J. Harmon Home Team. As an MTSU alumnus and lifelong Rutherford County resident, I bring the heart of a teacher, the grit of a Blue Raider, and over 15 years of real estate experience to every client. Honest to a fault, connected to the community, and driven to serve. I don't just help you buy or sell, I help you understand every step. The J. Harmon Home Team, where real estate meets real talk.
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
Back here in Miami, Florida. Dylan Simmons here for the bottom half of the 4th inning between Middle Tennessee and FIU. So far, it's been all Panthers, 5-1 against the Blue Raiders thus far. However, Cooper Clapp did deliver a solo home run shot in the top half of the 4th a moment ago. And for the first time today, the dominant righty pitcher Jordan Vargas showed some cracks against the Blue Raider batting lineup. We'll see if MTSU can use that to their advantage and if the defense can get a needed shutout frame here in the bottom half of the 4th. Cole Torbett still on the mound for MTSU. Had some struggles against FIU in the bottom half of the 3rd. Gave up a couple of runs. He will contend with numbers 9, 1, and 2 to start off this bottom half of the 4th. It will be Cole Cleveland, Sammy Fisher, and Mario Trivella. And those are 3 guys who can do exceptional damage in the right situation. Breaking ball by Torbett. Oh, a hit by pitch that caught Cleveland right where the last name on the jersey is. And that'll start us off on the wrong foot in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Runner aboard here for FIU. Cole Torbett delivered a hit by pitch earlier against Andrew Ildefonso. And just like that, a runner aboard for FIU. And it's been capitalizing on mistakes like that that has really helped FIU in this game so far. And it's just a matter of establishing better consistency if you're MTSU. Fisher at the plate now, 1 for 2 with a single already today. Torbett tries a pickoff back to first. Cole Cleveland has stolen 8 bases this season, so not a bad idea to take a look over there and see what you can do. FIU with 5 hits as a team thus far. Breaking ball by Torbett. Oh, goodness. Another hit by pitch, and it got Fisher in the pretty much exact same spot that it got Cleveland a second ago. Runners at first and second. And this is not an ideal start for MTSU in this bottom half of the 4th inning at all. Tyler Minnick will talk to Cole Torbett on the mound for just a second. But a couple of breaking balls have just gone awry for Cole Torbett thus far in this game. And certainly it's something that he's going to have to reel in if MTSU wants any opportunity to come back in this contest. No outs and 2 runners aboard for the Panthers. Mario Trivella, the most dangerous batter in the order, is at the plate. Already a 2-run homer and a double in this contest. Torbett, the southpaw on the mound, trying to find some answers. Goes for the fastball here and misses it low. Count goes to 1-0. FIU as a team entered the weekend number 12 in the conference in batting average, but you wouldn't know it with how these bats have performed all weekend long, and they have found ways to score and get hits time and time again, no matter what game it's been. 1-0 pitch, delivered for a strike from Torbett. Count goes to 1-1. FIU 15 and 16 at home this season. Looking for win number 16 right here. And a series win against Middle Tennessee. 1-1. Torbett just misses it. Count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. But still a lot of baseball yet to be played, and we know that MTSU is very much capable of a late rally on these Panthers. Torbett's 2-1 is driven right to Torbett. He makes the catch, barehanded, throws to second for 1 out, and almost a triple play for MTSU. Holy mackerel. What a job by Cole Torbett. One of the wildest catches I've seen all weekend. I don't know how he hung on to that thing. It looked like he caught it with his glove, then he lost his glove on the ground and ended up taking the ball with his bare hand, throwing on to second to get Cole Cleveland out, and Sammy Fisher had to quickly retreat back to first. That would have been an unbelievable triple play, but it's still a crazy double play for Cole Torbett, and that'll bring on Cooper Rasmussen for FIU, and all of a sudden 2 away. That is how you generate some confidence for this defense, and after a tough start in this bottom half of the fourth, Cole Torbett just showed maybe the most sensational defensive play he's made this season. Now trying to see if he can take care of Rasmussen. And a nice strike. Count goes to 0-1. We'll see if Cole Torbett has been awakened, but that breaking ball certainly had a lot of confidence behind it. And maybe he's feeling it just that little bit more. 0-1 pitch. Strike 2. Now Cole Torbett starting to find consistency. Targeted the top part of the zone and found it well. Can he get the strikeout here to bring us to the top of the 5th and, most importantly, keep this at a 5-1 game? Fisher at first, 0-2. Just missed outside. And the count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looked as though he was trying to get that outside corner. Couldn't quite get it where he needed to. 1-2 pitch, high breaking ball. Kind of lost grip of that one. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cole Torbett, already 1 win this weekend from the mound on Friday. Trying to get a potential second one here. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. High arcing breaking ball upstairs for ball 3. So a payoff pitch coming up at 3-2 on Cooper Rasmussen. Flew a ball out to center his last time up. He's also reached on a hit by pitch today. Here's the 3-2. High drive to right field, and it is going to be fouled just to the right of that right field foul pole. But that's a little too close to comfort for Blue Raider fans. However, everybody will stay in their proper places, and we'll try another payoff pitch. But that's one thing that I'm sure Cole Torbett does not want to see again. 3-2 coming up for the southpaw. Payoff pitch. And ball 4. A little high on Rasmussen that time. And now 2 runners aboard once again for FIU. That'll bring on Andrew Ildefonso, who has reached on a hit by pitch today, as well as a single in his first 2 appearances in the game. Sammy Fisher is at second. Cooper Rasmussen is at first for FIU. Can Cole Torbett negotiate, get that final out that MTSU needs in this bottom of the 4th? Here's a ground ball to third, and it goes off the glove of Brett Von Dolan. Rounding third is Sammy Fisher. The ball goes all the way to the left field corner. Fisher scores. Right behind him is Rasmussen. He'll score as well. At second is Ildefonso, and FIU extends the lead to 7-1. It went off the glove of Brett Von Dolan right near third base. As he tried to field that thing, it was going to be a close play no matter what, and he just couldn't get a handle on it. Jerry Myers talking about it with the home plate umpire. Wonder if he was curious as to whether or not that should have maybe been a foul ball. From our vantage point, at least from what I could tell, it looked like it was fair up until the point it hit Von Dolan's glove. So I would say that it's going to be hard to do anything about that, and it will be maintained for a 7-1 FIU lead. Andrew Ildefonso with a 2-run RBI double, and the Panthers with a 6-run lead. And again, FIU using the walks and hit by pitches to get guys on base to their advantage and extend this lead. And Jerry Myers has once again made his way out of the Blue Raider dugout. What's been a tough start to this game this afternoon. FIU has just found ways to score, but Middle Tennessee, when they've had chances to shut down innings, they just haven't taken them, and it's cost them a few times today. And that'll be the end of the afternoon for Cole Torbett. Not the outing he was looking for in his second appearance of the weekend. But we'll see a new pitcher on the mound soon for MTSU with the Blue Raiders down 7-1 in the bottom of the fourth. 2 outs. Panthers dominant. We'll be back in 1 minute on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Will Fraley, attorney at law, has experience you can count on. Former Blue Raider baseball player and MTSU alum Will Fraley serves Murfreesboro and the surrounding communities. Put a strong and experienced legal fighter on your case. Give Will Fraley a call and he can handle all of your legal matters, including criminal and domestic or family law. Visit willfraleylaw.com or call 615-410-7290.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Bottom half of the fourth inning between FIU and Middle Tennessee. Panthers on top 7-1 over the Blue Raiders after a 2-run double a moment ago by Andrew Ildefonso. Cole Torbett's day comes to an end after an inning and 2/3 of work. Gave up 4 earned runs with 1 strikeout in his second appearance of the weekend. Did well against FIU earlier on Friday, but not the case today. Panthers in a really advantageous position, to say the least, in this middle portion of the game. But Middle Tennessee going to try to seize this run up a little bit with Bryant Baranek on the mound, facing off against Aiden Kohal. Baranek also making his second appearance of the weekend, and he had a very solid outing against FIU before. High fly ball deep to left field. Oh my goodness, it's gone again off the scoreboard. Aiden Kohal with his 3rd home run of the weekend, and it's a 2-run shot to put the Panthers on top 9-1. And the nightmare of this bottom half of the fourth continues. My goodness.
His 6th of the season.
6th home run for Aiden Kohal, and again, his 3rd home run of the weekend. This time it is a 2-run homer, and the Panthers on top by 8 over Middle Tennessee as Enrique Alvarez Jr. will come to the plate. We saw Ildefonso's double a moment ago, and now the 2-run homer from Aiden Kohal. And here's a high drive deep to right center field. This will stay in the yard, and Nowak thankfully will make the catch right before the warning track for out number 3. A tough bottom half of the fourth for MTSU. 4 runs given up, including a 2-run homer from Aiden Kohal and a 2-run double from Andrew Ildefonso. Panthers lighting up MTSU defensively on top 9-1. Blue Raiders need a response in a hurry. Back from the top of the 5th in 1 minute on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
The Blue Raiders are winners in the classroom, on the field, and the courts. Richard Lewis here. I want you to win in real estate also. Buying, selling, auction here in Tennessee, or along the Gulf Coast, a second home, or investing. Give me a call to help start that winning process. 615-319-9981. Oh, I'm never too busy for your referrals. Richard Lewis, Exit Realty, Bob Lamb & Associates.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop,